Hello friends, my name is Lalit Singh Mehta and today we are going to see how to find the center of gravity or CG of symmetrical sections. So this topic is a part of moment of inertia. So for calculating moment of inertia, first we have to calculate the CG or center of gravity of a section. So by means of this problem which I have written on the board, find the center of gravity of a 100 mm into 150 mm into 30 mm T section. So we have to find the CG, and in my means we can say the videos which I will shoot in the later part of this playlist, you can find the moment of inertia also. But first we will start with the basic, and this basic thing to find the CG or centroid of a figure is already being done in the subject engineering mechanics for mechanical engineering or automobile engineering. So it's just a refresh video which I am taking for finding the center of gravity of symmetrical sections. So let us solve this problem. So this is a 100 mm into 150 mm into 30 mm T section. So it is something like this. So this is the, we can say 100 mm. So this is 100 mm. Since it is a T section, so 100 mm into 150 mm. So this will be 150 mm and the width of each flanges is 30 mm. So this is called as when it is a T section, it is a upper flange and the web. When it is a I section, this will be upper flange, web and the bottom flange, something like this. So when it is a I section, this part is called as upper flange, this is the web and this is the bottom flange. Since it is a T section, so bottom flange is not applicable here, correct? Now you can see that this is the diagram which is given to us, 100 mm into 150 mm into 30 mm T section. So this is a T section. So we have to find the CG or the centroid of this section. So first thing which we have to do is, first we have to always look for the reference axis, or we have to draw the reference axis. So first point is reference axis. So always draw the reference axis from the extreme left edge. So this is my reference axis. I will call this as P, Q and origin as O. So this POQ is my reference axis. This is the vertical reference axis and OQ is the horizontal reference axis. So this is the reference axis, correct? So we are for finding the CG, we have to find basically X bar and Y bar. So what is this X bar and Y bar? X bar and Y bar is nothing but this, remember this POP and OQ. So this X bar and Y bar is nothing but, suppose this is the origin O, this is P and this is Q. So this X bar and Y bar are the distances. Suppose this is the XX axis and this is the YY axis, and here is the CG. So this X bar is this distance, X bar, and this Y bar is the vertical distance. So by finding out X bar and Y bar means the horizontal distance of the YY axis from a reference axis OP and the vertical distance y bar from the horizontal axis OQ up till xx axis. So this is nothing but x bar and y bar. If we know the value of x bar and y bar, we can locate or we can draw the xx and the yy axis, and then we can locate the CG or center of gravity for this section. So our final aim is to find the x bar and the y bar for this section. If we know x bar and y bar, then we know from where exactly the xx and the y axis are passing in this figure, and then we know the location of the CG. The CG will be the point of intersection of the xx and the y axis. So basically our aim is to find the x bar and y bar. This thing we have already learnt in engineering mechanics. It's just a refreshing problem for all of you. So x bar and y bar. So this is how we will approach x bar and y bar. We have to find. So I have drawn the reference axis. As you can see, we have already drawn the reference axis. The reference axis is OP and OQ. So now we have to divide this figure into sections. So suppose I divide this first rectangle as section 1 and second rectangle as section 2. 1 and 2. Suppose there is a I section, then it will be called as, the bottom flange will be called as section 3. So we have to divide the figure into sections. So I have divided 1 and 2. So now we know that for rectangle 1, the CG is always at the center, correct? So this is G1, means the CG of this rectangle 1 or section 1, and for rectangle 2, the CG is also at the center. I will call this as G2. So for rectangles, the CG always is at the center. So for the CG, location of CG of some common basic areas, you can refer to my earlier videos in my playlist Moment of Inertia. There you will get the formulas and all for common basic areas. So for rectangle 1, the CG of this rectangle will be located at the center, and the CG of this rectangle will be located at this point, correct? So now we know that first we find area. So area 1 and area 2, correct? So area 1 will be 100 into 30, and area 2, this rectangle area, it is total is 150. 150 minus 30 will give you 120, correct? So 120, correct? 150 minus 30, 120. So this is 120. So 120 into 30. So it will be 3000 mm square, and it will be 3600 mm square. Let me check. Area, correct? Correct. So we got the A1 and A2. Area of section 1 and area of section 2. So this we have completed. Now this figure you can see. Now we have to find x bar and y bar, correct? This is our final aim. So x bar is equal to A1 x1 plus A2 x2 divided by A1 plus A2. So this is the relation for finding x bar. Now what is x1 and x2? A1, A2 we have already calculated, area of section 1, area of section 2. Now this x1 and x2 are nothing but, see here, I will write G1 on this side, this is G2. So this x1 and x2 are nothing but the distances of the CG from the vertical reference axis. So this is x1 and this is x2. Now from the figure or from the geometry we can easily see this is 100, so it will be, this is at the center, so it will be 50. 100 divided by 250. Similarly goes here, this is correct, it is at the center, so it will be 100 divided by 250. So x1 x2 is 50. So A1 is, first we will calculate this x bar. A1 is 3000, x1 is 50 plus A2 is 3600. X2 is again 50 divided by 3000 plus 3600. So X bar is coming out to be 50 mm. X bar is coming out to be 50 mm, correct? So it means that earlier I showed you how to calculate X, what is the meaning of X bar and Y bar. So X bar means now we know the distance of the so this is our Y axis, and this value is called as X bar. So we got the value of X bar, means the distance of the YY axis from the reference axis OP. So X bar we have calculated, and I have drawn this X bar on the figure. So this is our YY axis we got, means X bar we got, which is equal to 50 mm. So we got the value of X bar. Now we will calculate the value of Y bar in the same way, Y bar. So Y bar is equal to A1 Y1 plus A2 Y2 divided by A1 plus A2. Now A1 and A2 we already know, area of section 1 and area of section 2. Y1 and Y2. So X1 was this distance, CG of this respective rectangle from the reference axis OP was X1, and CG of this second rectangle, means second section, from reference axis OP was X2, which was 50 and 50. Now Y1 and Y2 is, look here, now this is our Y1. So since we have taken it as section 1, so it will be a Y1. So what will be Y1? This is 30, so half will be 15. 15 plus 120, 15, correct? Total it is 150. So 150 minus 15, it will be 135, correct? Correct, 135. So Y1 will be 135 mm and Y2, correct? Y1 is equal to 135 mm. So you have to use basic geometry here, subtraction, addition, for finding out the values of the distances. Every distance is known, so we have to only find the distance of Y1. Means earlier we found out from this reference axis the respective distance of CG. Now we will find from this reference axis the respective distances of CG, respective CGs from this reference axis. So Y1 we have calculated, and this one, this will be, this is the CG, so this will be our Y2. Y1, the CG, the distance of the CG from this reference axis, first section, and second section is here. So distance of this CG, respective second section CG from this reference axis, Y2. So it will be, it is total 150, 150 minus 30, 120, 120 divided by 2, 60. It will be 60 mm. So we got the value of Y1 and Y2. Earlier we got the value of X1 and X2. Similarly, by using geometry, now we are getting the value of Y1 and Y2. It is 60 mm and 135 mm. So Y2 is coming out to be 60 mm, since we have calculated in the figure itself. Y2 is equal to 60 mm. Correct? Correct. 120 divided by 2, 60. So this is 60. So now we can calculate it. A1 we already know, 3000. Y1 135 plus 3600 A2 into 60 divided by 3000 plus 3600. So the value is coming out to be 94.1 mm. So this is our Y bar. So now we got the value of X bar and now we already got the value of y bar. Now we will locate y bar on this figure, correct? We have shown the value of x bar here, 50 mm. And now we have to show the value of y bar here in this figure. So y bar is 94.1. So 90, where will I have to locate y bar? So OQ, from reference axis OQ, it is 94.1 mm up from OQ. So this is 60, this is 120. So I will draw something like here. 120, correct. I can draw something like here. So this is y axis, correct? So sorry, x axis, x axis. This is y axis, vertical axis, x axis, and the point at which the x axis and the y axis meets is called as CG. CG, center of gravity or centroid of the figure, and this value is nothing but y bar, which is equal to 94.1 mm, correct? So y bar is coming out to be 94.1 mm and x bar is coming out to be 50 mm. So we got the location of center of gravity for this whole figure. So y bar and x bar. So this is how the CG is located for a symmetrical section. Now, one important thing about this here is, it is a symmetrical section, correct? Symmetrical means the figure can be divided into two equal parts. So on which axis the figure can be divided into two equal parts? You can see here, means the figure can be divided like this or it can be divided like this, correct? Across the y axis and across the x axis. So you can see easily, when you divide the figure into across the x axis, it is not symmetrical. But when you divide this figure something like this along the y axis, it is symmetrical. So this figure is symmetrical. This figure is symmetrical about y axis, correct? So this figure is symmetrical about y axis. So that's why our x bar is coming to be exactly on the center, means this x bar is coming at 50 mm. Why at the center? Because it is symmetrical. Because it is symmetrical across y axis, our answer is coming out to be 50 mm. So while solving the numerical or the problem for moment of inertia, first you have to find x bar and y bar. So x bar will be 50 mm. So when you solve the numerical, there is no need to find x bar, which is equal to 50 mm, means all these steps, this step which you have done here, this step you can skip it. This step you can skip. No need to find x bar is equal to 50 mm. This 50 mm which we got, you can skip it. Why? Because this figure is symmetrical about y axis. So symmetrical means you can directly draw the y axis from the center. So, and directly you can write x bar is equal to 50 mm due to symmetry. So this is directly you can write like this. In solving the problem for moment of inertia, you don't have to calculate this x bar. This step you can skip. Directly don't need to show all this, because x bar is coming out to be 50 mm. Why? Because we can see that the T section, this T section is symmetrical about y axis. So our y axis will exactly lie at the center. So that's why this CG and this CG are coinciding, and x1, x2 values are equal. See, x1, this x1 and x2 values are equal. That's why this x1 and x2 values are equal. That's why our x bar is coming out to be exactly at the center, which is 50 mm. This x bar 50 mm. From this reference axis, the CG, the distance of the CG from the reference axis OP is 50 mm. So this step you can skip in the final exam, and directly you can write x bar is equal to 50 mm due to symmetry. But you have to find the value of y bar with this relations or numerical. You cannot skip this. You cannot, don't skip, because you have to finally get this value, correct? So y bar we have to calculate y1, distance of the first section CG from the base, from means OQ, reference axis OQ, and distance of the second CG from the base, which is 60. So we appropriately we got 94.1. So why we have to calculate this? Because this figure was not symmetrical about the x-axis axis. This section or this area was not symmetrical about the x-axis axis. That's why we have to calculate y bar. So we got the value of x bar and y bar. So this is the main reason why we have to find the CG first for finding the moment of inertia. So this topic is already being covered in the subject engineering mechanics in the first year for stream mechanical engineering and automobile engineering. So this is just a refreshing problem for finding the x bar and y bar, means location of the x-axis and the y-y axis, x-axis and the y-y axis for the figure, and locating the CG. And after this, in the next problem we will see about how to calculate the moment of inertia about this y-y and x-x axis. Hope your concept regarding the x bar and y bar is clear now. If you like this video, do like, subscribe and share this video, and thank you for watching.